It is a lifestyle that has fascinated students most about Australia for many reasons. Over the past few years, the University of Australia has seen a remarkable increase in the number of international students enrolled in the colleges, which rank amongst the top 100 in the world. Hello and welcome to Edutrainex, one of the best online platforms for PTE preparations. I am Nandini Watts, and today in this video, I will be telling you about costs for students in Australia. Watch the video till the end because I will be explaining all of it in detail. So what is life really like? Why Australia is a good option? What's the cost of living and studying in Australia? What are the rules for working up while studying? We will discuss all of these in our video, so hang on till the end. So Australia is one of the best developed countries in the world. It has a good quality life index, but as a student, what matters is how much it would cost to stay in Australia. So starting with the tuition fees, then I would say that it varies across cities and programs. Students should know that the cost of studying in Australia will depend on their education provider, the level of study you choose, your study location in Australia. So the average tuition fees will range between 20,000 Australian dollars to around 30,000 Australian dollars annually. Humanities and art education courses are less expensive than engineering and medicine programs. And if you apply for postgraduate degree, then the tuition fee is even higher and the cost depends on your chosen program. So as long as accommodation costs are concerned, then most Australian universities provide on-campus accommodation facilities for international students. However, you can select from other options like shared apartments, homestay with a local Australian family, a guest house or a rental property. If you want to stay in independent accommodation or in a university hostel, which is however rare, then you would end up spending somewhere between 1,000 to 1,750 Australian dollars for a single room unit. The rental price also varies from city to city and is paid every 2 or 4 weeks in advance. So some universities in Australia provide private transport services that help on-campus students to travel around different places. Other than that, you can also rely on available public transportation in Australia. So for the short distance ride on a bus, that may cost around 3 Australian dollars, or you can even get a weekly pass or a monthly pass. And also there are student concessions available in all the states. For food and everything, you can get groceries from the local supermarkets, which may cost around 100 to 200 Australian dollars per week. Student living overseas means setting aside money for emergencies and basic necessities like electricity, internet and phone. You need to consider various living expenses. An international student should have a budget of around $200 to $400 per week. While making a budget, you must consider the expenses like communication expenses, books and supplies, personal expenses like eating out, laundry, clothing, toiletries. So these expenses will entirely depend on the lifestyle you choose for yourself. There's a lot to spend in Australia, but you need not worry. Earning those extra dollars can make your stay worthwhile. See, Australian immigration laws are comparatively easy when it comes to working while studying. A slight request often makes you eligible to work as an international student in Australia. Though the rules might vary, students are generally allowed to work up to 40 hours or fortnight or 20 hours per week. Companies, local businesses and retail shops often hire students. So as an international student, you are protected by the same labor laws as domestic students, which also means the minimum wages, which can be around 17 Australian dollars per hour. The kinds of jobs are also varied. There are both on-campus jobs as well as local jobs available, and often universities have an office which would help you find the right one for you. To support the living expenses, 30,000 to 40,000 Australian dollars should be the minimum salary to live in Australia, especially if you are from India. If you don't have a strong financial backup, then you can even apply for education loan in a country like India. Many financial institutions and banks like HDFC, SBI, etc. offer student education loans at very less rate of interest. So one can easily apply for an education loan and get approval within the days. However, your loan document should be very precise and it should be correct. You can check out the cost of living calculator in Australia. The link I'll put in the description below. Now, here are some tips to reduce cost of living in Australia for international students. The cost of living in Australia for international students can be reduced, like you can start with preparing a budget for your expenses. It would give you a rough idea about how much money you need for weekly or monthly expense. Then you can compare the cost of living in Australia per month based on the university and the state you live in. Choose any transparent money exchange provider in the country to save you from hidden charges while converting it. You can control your living expenses by switching off extra electrical appliances, homemade food, using public transport or cycling, etc. A part-time job or work while studying is also an option. Some of the universities also offer scholarships for managing the expenses of an international student in Australia. So you can apply for those scholarships, make use of the discounts and offers which are there for students. You can get discounts on everything from flights to transportation and many others. Save money on transportation costs, take public transportation instead of hiring cabs. Now there are some best cities in Australia for international students like Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, Adelaide, Perth, Canberra and Gold Coast. Therefore, studying abroad can be an expensive deal, so you must plan your budget smartly to get your finances in order. Before you depart from your home country, consider all the expenses including the study costs, that is the tuition fees, accommodation, food, travel and health coverage. I hope this video will be of great help to those who are planning to study abroad. If you find this helpful, do like and share and stay tuned for more updates. Till then, take care.